That's not bad.
No.
David Bowie there. We have with us one of the greats, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Gambon is here. I'm delighted. Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Great pleasure. Thanks very much.
Michael's here. Look at that shirt undone at the waist. No hint of shame or embarrassment about that. Man of his age showing off his magnificent chest.
Yeah, I left it open especially for this.
It's like having an Italian Playboy in with us.
Yeah, I wish it was TV. You could see the chest.
Well, it's there. It's a good chest. I wish mine's fully covered. I'm pleased to say.
Yeah.
Michael, you're going to be in. Now, this is an exciting thing. A world premiere production at the Duke of York's Theatre in London's West End of A. Joe, the Beckett play. This is an unusual production, is it not?
Yeah, it's half an hour long, that's all. So you won't get bored watching it.
I'm coming.
I don't speak in it, so you'll be relieved by that.
No.
And Penelope Wilton, the great actress, does dialogue which runs on a tape recording right the way through half an hour, and I respond to it.
And it's just your face?
My face, a video camera in the wings. 9 times it comes in on the focus. So my face gets bigger and bigger, and in the end it's 30 foot high by 20 foot wide on a screen, that's on the proscenium.
Yeah.
You can still see me in reality to the left of it. And it's so big, it's enormous. This little spot I got here looks like a crater.
Wow.
I can't move my face much.
But it speaks well of you that you don't have the vanity that many of us have, not wishing to see our face projected that large.
Well, I don't really want to, but I'm in the play. What they do is up to them.
I would have thought, in many ways, a huge challenge, in other ways, something of a gift for an actor, not to have to remember the lines, but having just to emote and to express using just the physique, the face, the physiognomy.
And your general, you can move your face a little bit like that, but you can't move it too much, because if you move to any large extent, look ridiculous on the screen.
Yeah, of course.
A monster.
A big wobble.
Big wobble.
And yet, at the same time, presumably, can you get a laugh? Do you get the response you want by just moving a tiny bit of your face?
I can't get a laugh. No laughs in it. There are a couple of legitimate laughs from what she says, Penelope, but not from me.
No, so you can't.
Who's tortured.
You can't do a twitch or something like that.
No, I couldn't do that.
Lighten up with a sniff.
That'd be very cheap.
We wouldn't want to do that. Did you ever meet Beckett?
No, I passed him. I said hello years ago, but I never met him. I wish I had met him.
It's a shame, isn't it?
But I've done a bit of Beckett. I did Endgame, as you know.
Yeah. Well, when I think of certain performers, you think of Beckett, you think of Billy Whitelaw, I think of you, I think of Max Wall, perversely enough. You know, there are certain people who I think of have made a kind of real
Max Wall was sort of Beckettian, wasn't he, in his manner. I'm glad to be associated with Beckett. Yeah. It's a new writer for me. I've done 2 now. So I'd like to be known as a Beckett actor. What
were your favourite, for your own body of work, what are your favourite performances, if you do judge yourself in that way ever?
What, in Beckett?
Yeah, no, or on stage or on screen.
Most enjoyable, I think, for me, was the National, View from the Bridge and Galileo, I suppose.
Right. And that would be why? Because of the part itself, because of the reaction it got, or just because of the team?
They're so demanding, and they fitted me well, and I could play them well, I felt I had a link with them.
And so when you look for a part, do you look for that link now? Do you look for something which speaks to you personally?
You don't often find it, but when you open a script, it suddenly is good and it means something to you and it clicks in your head as you're reading it. You think, yeah, this is for me, or it doesn't, but it doesn't mean to say you don't do it. You do it because you get the dosh.
But, of course, yeah. you have to pay your way, that's right. You've got a life to live.
I'm a working actor. So if you're lucky, it clicks.
Have there ever been parts where you've taken a part, you've taken a role, and it's only when you're up and doing it that you realised what the play was actually about?
Yes, many times.
Because I imagine that must be the case, because sometimes I'll see a play and I'm not realise until many years later what they were trying to say, which is my fault, not theirs, but...
And sometimes I've been lazy in rehearsal and never bothered much, and suddenly you find yourself open in front of the public, 1,000 people, and you don't know what you're doing.
Well, that is reassuring, isn't it? Next time you lay down your hard cash, isn't it nice to know that one of the greats doesn't even bother sometimes?
No, but A. Joe's different.
A. Joe does sound great. It sounds so unusual. This is what's so remarkable. This was written, I believe, for the TV back in '65, so it wasn't written for stage.
No, it was written for television. The only play I think Beckett ever wrote for television, and it was done with Jackie McGowan, the Irish actor, and Sean Phillips.
Okay, sorry, Andy, will you stop scratching your head?
Sorry.
Because Michael's talking, all I hear is a large scratching in the background. But I haven't seen the original, I don't think. I don't think I've seen that TV film, so I'm trying to remember whether I have. Does it exist? Is there still a tape of that, do you know?
I don't think so. I wouldn't imagine so.
That's a shame, isn't it, if there isn't?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You were born in Ireland, I believe.
Yeah, I am Irish.
Do you feel, does that help you in bringing Beckett to life, do you think?
I think it does. It certainly does. When I did Endgame, I felt very... And Lee Evans played it Irish as well. I played it Irish. Because it seems to belong to Ireland, the rhythm of the language and the words and the way it's done. And it's quite a funny play. So I played it very Irish.
It's odd. There is a kind of lyricism in Irish writing, which you also find, I think, only in Welsh writing. certain Welsh writers, which you don't get in English writing or Scottish writing. Yeah. There's that kind of like the use of language, almost fantastical and rolling use of language. That is quite peculiar, isn't it?
Wonderful stuff. I've done O'Casey. I did O'Casey in Dublin a few years ago. And I just love all that stuff.
Who is it who wrote That Swim Two Birds? That's Flann O'Brien. Have you ever done anything of his work?
No, I've never done a modern Irish play.
Yeah, you see, there's something for you. There's something for you. Why don't we write one?
Might get one.
Let's get one going. Yeah. Now, you're also in the movies. People will know you, of course, as Dumbledore. Yeah. Now in the Harry Potter films. That's a great part to walk into.
He's Irish as well. I play him Irish.
He's not Irish.
Well, I do a slight Irish accent.
I know you do, but he wasn't Irish. You've got to break free of this thing. You can't play everyone as Irish.
Well, Richard Harris played it Irish, so I thought as a tribute to Richard.
That's a marvellous thing, but I don't think he's necessarily written as Irish.
No.
When you get a part, do you normally look for something where you can Irish it up a bit?
Well, I tried to Irish every part. And I played Falstaff at the National a couple of years ago and tried to Irish him, but it didn't work.
Hi, Prince Hal.
Yeah, Prince Hal. All right, yeah, all right.
I'm the old lad of the castle now.
God bless you.
Do you listen to popular music, modern popular music at all?
Yes, occasionally.
Who do you like at the moment?
All of them.
Okay. In that case, this is for you, sir. That's, who's that?
A new band called Switches from Southend.
I knew that. I was checking to see whether you were paying attention. Yeah. Michael and I were having a little test on you there, weren't we, Michael?
We were just testing.
Yeah, we knew that was Switches.
Michael knew Switches.
You know, here's the thing, we're calling Michael, but really it's Sir Michael.
Yeah.
CBE, I believe.
CBE.
Do you not insist on the use of the title in that way?
No, I don't use it much. It seems a bit stuck up, doesn't it?
Is it ever useful?
No. I think to get a seat in a restaurant, they charge you more, don't they?
I think they probably would.
So I keep it down.
And if they're anti the monarchy, you don't know what's in the food, do you? You've got to be very careful.
Poison you. So I keep it down.
I saw you on stage, very much enjoyed seeing you on stage in Endgame, the Beckett play with Lee Evans, and this must have been 2 years ago or so, I would have thought.
About 2 years, yeah.
It was not only a great performance, obviously it's a tremendous play, but there was something about the two of you together that I thought really worked, and you've mentioned him quite fondly, so you must have enjoyed working with Lee.
Oh, I love Lee. We really clicked together, and the play went very well, I think, and we might do it in New York.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So Lee kept pleading with me some nights to stop making him laugh.
Because it's a kind of if you haven't seen the play, Lee clods around the stage a lot, doesn't he? Clomps around, and you're sitting in a wheelchair with glasses on. Yeah, he's to bring us down there.
In the play, in the play.
Yeah. In life as well, I feel, having spent some time with him, but that's more of an emotional thing. And there's a kind of a lot of stuff where there are moments where you do seem to mutter to each other, and I'm imagining that's when there would be asides.
Well, sometimes, sort of thing. But then at one point, he pushes me around the stage in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I would work in various farts, set him going. And so he pleaded me to stop that. I said, "Look, I won't do it tonight, Lee. I promise you. I won't do that again." And of course, I did.
I saw him in The Producers, which was after that. Now, I don't know if you can carry a tune, but I would have thought if he went back in The Producers, I would love to see you playing the Zua Mostel role. Yeah, Max Bialystock. Now, have you been approached for that?
No, I wish I. Well, I can't sing. I mean, I saw that with Lee. And I thought it was brilliant,
incredible, yeah,
wonderful. And I can't sing, unfortunately, but I'd love to do it.
So you've never done a musical?
No.
Well, can you not learn? Can you not kind of fake it, kind of thing?
I think you can be taught to sing. They say everyone can sing if you get a good teacher. So maybe if anyone's listening, you could give me a part.
I'm sure we'll be swamped with offers.
Yeah.
Do you feel, though, at your stage of life, would you be open and willing to learn something new like that, Michael?
Of course. Completely open person. Anything I would learn tomorrow.
Are there things you haven't tried that you've got on your list of things to do before? I don't want to bring you down, but before you die?
No.
Okay. Fully content. Dementedly content.
Yeah. Boring man.
Yeah, no, not at all. What do you prefer? You prefer making movies to being on the stage? Because I would have thought stage is such a commitment, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, doesn't it? It's 6 months of your life. Usually, age-o isn't, because it's quite short. Yeah. But I like to mix and do both. I like, when I'm like all actors, when I'm in a play, I want to be in the movies. When I'm making a film, I want to be in play. Never happy.
It's a switch, basically. Yeah. And are you working with Robert De Niro finally? Because I know for many years you told people you worked with Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I used to tell people he was a friend of mine. I got a photograph of him in my dressing room, and it says I wrote on it, "Dear Mike, I love your work and respect you deeply. Love, Bob." So I had that up for years at the National, but now I finally know him. I've been directed by him. I told him the story, and he loved it. He said, "Keep it on the wall."
He's a great, one of the great screen actors, of course.
Wonderful.
What's he like as a director?
He's terrific. He's very quiet. You can hardly hear what he says.
He does seem very...
He whispers. He gives you notes. I said to Matt Damon, who's playing the lead in this film, I said, Matt, I can't hear what he's saying to me. And Matt said, no, nor can I. Don't worry about it.
Is that a good director of work then? I'm not sure.
No, it's all right. If you get close, you can hear. He's a good read.
He's given himself a great out there as well. As if people say, I didn't like the performance, say, yeah, well, I told them. But
I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Didn't listen. I don't know why they didn't listen. When's that coming out? Do you know when? Is that finished yet? That's The Good Shepherd, isn't it?
Yeah, we've wrapped it up. It's finished shooting. I did the ADR last week in London.
That's a sort of sound looping.
Yeah,
after
you
you've
do looping, you know. And then De Niro said, I might have to reshoot one of the scenes with you in New York, but I don't think that'll happen. So it might be next year.
Are you playing the baddie as usual?
No, not a baddie. No, he's a spy.
Normally they ask for British guys, especially thespians of a certain repute, that you always get the bad guy past, don't you?
I've played lots of baddies in Hollywood.
And often the South African kind of baddies and people like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but the last baddie I played was in a Western. Kevin Costner. I played the baddie, the sheriff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, I wasn't the sheriff. No, I wasn't the sheriff. I was the baddie.
But which film was that? That was
Open Range.
I don't think I saw Open Range.
Yeah.
Was it any good?
Robert Duvall.
Any good? What scene?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Okay,
a bit long, but I used an Irish accent in that. And he said, Kevin Costner said, I don't think Irish accent's right. I said, well, there are lots of Irish people in the Wild West. And
yes.
He said, if you're sure about that? I said, yeah, I've researched.
There's a certain laziness about you, which I find appealing on the one level. And so he let you get away with that?
Yeah, I did a big Irish accent.
In The Good Shepherd, are you Irish in that?
No. I'm very posh English.
Oh, that's okay.
Foreign office.
Nice to show off your range, isn't it?
Yeah. It's good to try different accents.
Are there accents you can't master, Michael?
I'm very bad at Abyssinian. Can't do it. No.
I'm not sure whether we need to carry on. Okay, let's put another track on. We'll talk to Michael Gambon, Sir Michael Gambon, to you after this. Desmond Dekker.
The late, great Desmond Dekker.
The late, great Desmond Dekker. Don't start on that. We have with us the current great Michael Gambon, right? And he's current. If you really want yourself a treat, and this is going to be, I would have thought, both memorable and you know, a rare experience. He's performing in A. Joe at the Duke of York Theatre in London's West End from the 27th of June through to the 15th of July. So you've already been playing this. You did this in Dublin, is that right?
Yeah, I did it in Dublin. We did it a week there. It was a big hit there, so consequently we're here, just for 3 weeks.
And it's, in some ways, though, kind of like, I would have thought, quite an easy night for you. Hard in that it's all on you.
Wow.
30 minutes all on you, but really 30 minutes, what is that, 5 minutes to get ready?
Well, I know, 5 minutes to get ready, but then 30 minutes there for me is very hard.
Sitting in a chair.
I'm in complete tension,
yeah,
and I'm acting very hard all the way through it. Not overtly acting.
Yeah, but sitting down.
Very subtle. I'm sitting down. So the mental energy required.
A lot of mental energy, and then 5 minutes in the shower afterwards?
No, don't bother with the shower.
Night your own. You've walked into a treat there, haven't you? I bet his next job, he'll get a party and he'll look at it and go, is it longer than 30 minutes? Not interesting.
I'm not doing it. Yeah. Do I speak in this? No, I'm not doing it.
But, you know, in a way, though, I think it must be a joy for an actor to just be acting in that way, because we had John Hurt here on the show many years ago when it was the Alan Clark Diaries was on before, and a lot of that was voiceover, and it was him reacting and it was a tremendous performance. Yeah. But I thought it must have been, in a way, lovely for him just to be doing looks and thinking and using his body.
Think about what you're going to say. You just act with your eyes and your face and thoughts, whatever that is.
Michael, I'm performing tomorrow. What?
Have you got to act tomorrow?
Yes, for Her Majesty's pleasure.
Who's the director?
Sir Trevor Nunn.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, we've been working together quite closely on it. Yeah. I have 8 lines.
Can you understand what you're saying?
He's very big on clarity. He wants me to bring out the pomposity of the character. Yeah. I offered him a walk, which looked a bit too much like a goose step for everyone's taste.
Yeah, he turned it down.
He turned it down flat, without a thought for my emotions.
You can't go over the top with stuff like that, though.
I'm a creative person, though. I need to express myself.
I know, but you need to cut it down a bit, I think.
So less is more?
Less is more. Just walk normally.
If you were an actor of the calibre required to place a Topham hat tomorrow in front of a queen, all right, Michael? And God bless you, maybe one day. What would you do with the part?
I'd do very little. If I had to speak, I'd use an Irish accent.
Yes. Of course. I can do that. Yeah. Welcome to Her Majesty's Palace. With the Irish accent, I don't know if they'll let me through security, though, will they?
That's it.
On a big
they
day.
might block you, yeah.
Let's not waken up old wheels. Okay. You must still, I get the feeling you still enjoy acting. You still enjoy what you do.
Yeah. If I couldn't act, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be a very unhappy man.
But thankfully, with parts that require no walking around and no speaking, I imagine you'll always find work.
Well, yeah, but I won't get many parts like that, will I? This is the last one I'll get like that.
Well, don't get depressed about it.
Well, I'm sad.
You might have 30 years left. I wouldn't get depressed about it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get 30 years of non-speaking parts.
Well, I would hope not. You want to open your mouth occasionally. You're not actually a mute, are you?
No.
Well, therefore, it's not like you can only do that. All right, let's find you some parts.
I'll be all right.
Look, Harry Potter's going to look after you for another 20.
No, it's only one more year.
Is that only one more film?
I die next year.
Don't spoil it. Don't tell me that. I didn't go to that book.
The book's been published.
I don't care.
Oh, right. I was sorry.
Oh, well, that's taken the shine off the day for me. Maybe we should insist you don't speak in public anymore.
Oh, sorry, John.
So, Michael, a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
Joe is on at the Duke of York Theatre in London's West End from the 27th of June to 15th of July. I shall be there. I hope you will too. Thanks for listening today. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.